ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो। राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, सबको गले से लगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो।
Hello friends, this is Bharat and Meena Trivedi.
Varsha and Dilip.
Sapna
and Gaurav Lal.
Suvarna
Arya
and Manoj Khadi.
Ilanga.
Sejal Desai
Smita
and Vivek Chaudaha.
Anjali Desai
And Deepak Arora.
Pawan
and Rinki Agrawal
Sid
And Archana Nair.
Danny
and Rinku Mehta.
And Sunil Kiani.
Priyanka
And Vinay Kedia.
I'm Johnny Jenkins.
Aaron Fincher.
Raj.
And Aradhna Asava.
Together.
We support
HungerMitao.
Good afternoon, friends. We are your hosts, Raj and Aradhna Asava, bringing you the weekly HungerMitao program. Thank you for joining us on Saturdays at 3:30 p.m. for this half-hour show where we share updates on food insecurity in the North Texas area and across the country and provide information on volunteering and food donation opportunities. Friends, through HungerMitao, the Indian American community is unifying to emerge as a big part of the solution to fighting hunger in America. I have to tell you something. I am right now in India. I'm visiting my parents here. And as part of our show, I'm recording this over Zoom. So I apologize upfront if there's any issue in sound quality. But so glad to be still able to participate in this show with you.
Wonders of technology, Aradhna, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. You know, we could be another part of the world and still be connected. So
Yeah.
listeners, thank you for joining us. As you know, through this show, you will not only get updates on the hunger issue in the United States, but also know all the ways in which each one of us, in the spirit of give where you live, is making a difference and can continue to make a difference. We can indeed ensure no one goes hungry around us. We hope to bring you information around the complex issue of food insecurity in our prosperous country.
Raj, let us share a few resources with our listeners so they can get a lot more detail about this community-driven movement. Friends, HungerMitao.org is your one place to go for any HungerMitao related information. Through this site, you can navigate to any of the 7 food banks where HungerMitao is operational and reach their local webpage where you can find everything about volunteering opportunities, the steering council member information, donation links, sponsorship programs, etc.
Aradhna, we just wrapped up our annual national level HungerMitao Spring Food Drive. And what a drive it was. Listeners, as many of you know, we conduct 2 large food drives each year. One in March as a celebration of the various spring festivals across India. Our second food drive is in August, commemorating India's Independence Month. These drives serve as an opportunity to combine our resources and make an impact as a unified Indian American community. And friends, what an impact we made this year.
Absolutely. Raj, the community stepped up in a big way here in North Texas and across the United States. Let me share some specifics with our listeners today. During the month of March, food drives were conducted by organizations like Metroplex Tamil Sangam Group, Seva USA and HSS, the Chicago School of Psychology, and several community members in their own neighborhoods. I think close to 1,000 pounds of food was donated during the HungerMitao Spring Food Drive month at North
Wow,
Texas Food Bank.
that is amazing.
And we did something else.
Hmm.
We combined the food drive with a gently used clothes and household items drive for MetroCrest Services, an important pantry partner of North Texas Food Bank. And friends, the community stepped up and we donated trucks load of items worth more than $10,000 to help the needy get back on their feet as they deal with the numerous economic challenges.
That is just amazing. And listeners, the community also stepped up in a big way and made online funds for food donations, over $25,000, and funds are still coming in. So don't stop now, friends. Continue to visit the portal, visit ntfb.org/HungerMitao and go to the link. And if you would like to make any kinds of funds for food donation, here's that opportunity. Isn't it amazing, Aradhana, that
It totally is. And I love the fact that, um, it's not just donating money, right? It takes all kinds of resources, people's time, people's resources in terms of money, resources in terms of food, and things that we don't need anymore. I mean, what a wonderful way to put these to use.
Exactly. And since you mentioned time, hundreds of individuals and family members came in droves to volunteer thousands of hours at the North Texas Food Bank just in the month of March. That was just phenomenal. I don't think there was a weekend where we did not have some members of Indian community out there volunteering and helping sort food and get the food to the needy. So hats off to our passionate community that clearly has declared war against hunger. Specifically, I like to call out the DFW Chinmaya Mission Group, phenomenal. Maitri Shah, good friend who has championed volunteering.
Maitri Shah has been such a strong supporter. She's been connecting us with Chinmaya Mission. She keeps asking us for volunteering spots, opportunities. And I think Chinmaya Mission will probably be at food banks every month.
Wow. And that is both here in North Texas as well as Tarrant area, as I understand.
Exactly. Yes.
That is great. Also, Troop 2988 in Frisco by Sunita Sayaparaju. That was great. They brought the whole group there. We were there that time when they were volunteering, and we were thanking them, and they were thanking us for that opportunity. So it was so great to see the community come in.
Yeah, those little scouts were very happy to be there.
Exactly. And we also had the IANT leadership team, the India Association of North Texas. Their president, Urmit Juneja, was there along with his team leaders. DFW Khadaita Parivar, Sonia and friends, our own Sonia Elhams, who is on the steering council. She and her friends came out. So we had so many groups and people that come out and volunteer in the month of March. That is phenomenal. And
Raj, we have a very busy April and May shaping up too.
Wow.
So Dallas North Indo-Centennial Lions Club is coming out to volunteer on April 30th. And in May, Pan PepsiCo, the PepsiCo Asian Network, is coming out to volunteer, and they're volunteering for the entire week of May 9th. And you know what they're doing? They're doing this in celebration of Asian Pacific American Heritage Month.
Wow.
And that's not all. They want to do service not just at North Texas Food Bank and Tarrant Area Food Bank. They've connected us with the PAN group across the country. And I've been talking to all their contacts, and I think we are going to run a campaign for them across United States.
Wow.
Especially in cities where Pepsi has a critical mass of team members.
That is phenomenal. I am so impressed and amazed. Go Pepsi, this is fantastic. Aradhana, we also have a special announcement of an upcoming walkathon benefiting the North Texas Food Bank. HungerMitao is excited to invite the community for Karyasiddhi Hanuman Temple's 5th annual walkathon for charity. Join in and raise funds to serve children and families in need around Frisco and DFW area. This walkathon will be on Saturday, April 23rd at 7:30 a.m. and everyone can participate. All ages and abilities are welcome. And this year's walkathon is in person and it will be 21 rounds around the temple. We expect a full house and urge you to register at the earliest by visiting ntfb.org/HungerMitao.
So in collaboration with HungerMitao, North Texas Food Bank is the highlighted charity for the walkathon this year at Karyasiddhi Hanuman Temple. They want to focus their efforts into meeting the expanded food insecurity seen across the North Texas community, and NTFB will receive a large portion of the proceeds. So friends, visit ntfb.org/HungerMitao for all the details and information on how to register for this walkathon.
Aradhana, all this talk about walkathon reminds me of this famous song. बार बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हो कोई हमसे जीत न पावे चले चलो चले चलो. Let's play this song.
बार बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ बार बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ कोई हमसे जीत न पावे चले चलो चले चलो मिट जावे जो टकरावे चले चलो फल घोर अंधेरा छावे चले चलो चले चलो कोई राह में ना थम जावे चले चलो टूट गई जब उंगली मुट्ठी पांचों मिली तो बन गई मुट्ठी एका बढ़ता ही जावे चले चलो चले चलो कोई कितना भी बहकावे चले चलो कोई हमसे जीत न पावे चले चलो चले चलो मिट जावे जो टकरावे चले चलो कभी न दुख झेलेंगे खेलेंगे ऐसे कि दुश्मन हारे कि अब तो ले लेंगे हिम्मत का रास्ता धरती हिला देंगे सबको दिखा देंगे ना जाए क्या पर जाए क्या हम जग पे छाएंगे अब ये पाएंगे हम लोगों का दर्जा क्या बार बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ अब डर नहीं मन में आवे चले चलो चले चलो हर बेड़ी अब खुल जावे.
Friends, as you well know, HungerMitao literally means wipe out hunger, and that is our ambition. We are a national volunteer-driven movement that works with Feeding America and its nationwide network of over 200 plus food banks focused on ensuring nutritious food reaches food-challenged children, seniors, veterans, and families in need across the US. The ugly effects of the pandemic-related issues in the form of compromised health, underemployment, high inflation, broken supply chains, and now the war are clearly visible in the increased demand for charitable food assistance. Too many families must make impossible choices between paying for food, rent, utilities, or medical bills. Your action today will help.
Friends, here is a message directly from Feeding America, echoing the points that Aradhna just made.
In America, millions of families are facing hunger. Many are forced to choose between food and other necessities. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After rent and power, I can get groceries. It's sad to say food comes last. Anna from Texas. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. Now I can provide food for my family again. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. Liam from Ohio. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger.
Listeners, our world is facing a myriad of challenges, ranging from global pandemic to a war that is slowly engulfing the entire globe. It has created a sense of hopelessness and anxiety all around as we watch our beautiful world ravaged by the humanity-threatening disease and self-inflicted devastation through war. Unfortunately, somewhere in the process, we may be forgetting or desensitized to local issue around a basic necessity of all living beings, and that is food.
That's right. And hunger, while basic, has become increasingly complex issue. We will continue to bring the latest information and thinking in this space to all of our listeners. Let's learn together. You can't fix anything until you actually understand it. So to be a part of this learning journey, don't forget to tune in to 104.9 every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. And if you are on Facebook, and if you haven't done so yet, please join the Facebook group at HungerMitao_North Texas. We use that channel to communicate all the exciting opportunities that come up with HungerMitao and North Texas Food Bank. Events like volunteering, food drive awareness sessions, ways to advocate with legislators, opportunities to engage our youth, etc., are all shared on this platform.
Our listeners know that HungerMitao has sponsored the co-branded 24-foot truck that serves the North Texas area. This truck moves much needed food from the food bank to the pantries and also brings food donations back to the food bank. We needed 15 supporters to split this sponsorship. And I have great news. Each week we are bringing this great news, friends. We have yet another community leader who has committed to the 2-year sponsorship of this HungerMitao truck.
Yes, it gives me great pleasure to share that longtime supporter of HungerMitao, Dr. Narendra Monga and Chandar Monga, have joined the elite group of HungerMitao truck sponsors. That makes it 10 sponsors confirmed. A huge thanks to all of the sponsors for their leadership and support. Friends, we now only need 5 more sponsors. Please let us know if you are interested or would like to support this initiative that improves people's access to nutritious food.
You know, an innovative way to do this is for a group of friends to come together and commit to a sponsorship. It is as simple as 5 friend families creating a combined commitment of $1,000 each for 2 years. That is it. Each family gets their own tax donation receipt, and it becomes a wonderful way to do good together. Today, 1 in 6 North Texans struggles with food insecurity. And sadly, 1 in 4 of this number are school-going children. So you see, our engagement is crucial.
And it's important for our listeners, Raj, to understand that HungerMitao is not an organization, not another charity. HungerMitao is a 100% volunteer-driven movement, raising awareness across the Indian American community about the elevated hunger that lurks around us in all zip codes. Because of the excellent and efficient work done by the food banking network, HungerMitao works to organize and connect the Indian American community with the work of the food banks.
That's right. And since it is a volunteer-driven initiative, movement, we are constantly looking for people who want to engage in this community building effort. And people are joining us every month. If you are interested to learn about the HungerMitao Steering Council, please drop us an email. Go to ntfb.org/HungerMitao and send us a message. We'll connect with you. This Steering Council is a group of people passionate about fighting hunger. They devote an hour a week, that's it. But they are informed and engaged about the hunger issue and are able to provide the creativity, ideas, and then in a collaborative manner, execute them. So please consider joining the HungerMitao Steering Council.
Listeners, in addition to all that you do for charities back home, we request you to also give where you live. Please make a gift of food or funds to your local food bank so you strengthen the communities you live in. Please get involved. Everything you need to act on is at ntfb.org/HungerMitao. Raj, food banks are dependable sources, not pop-up charities. So people know that they have support whenever they need it. If each of us makes a commitment of providing 3 meals a day to one person through North Texas Food Bank, do you know what that translates to? Just $1 a day.
That's right.
$1 a day. That is $365 a year. What an inexpensive way to make a difference in a person's life.
What an inexpensive way to take one person off of the line and get them back on their feet. That is just very nicely broken down, Aradhana. Friends, as we close our program today, we thank you all for your generosity and for caring about others around you. North Texas Indian American community, thank you. Thank you for caring, for volunteering, for helping organize awareness events, for running food drives, for making donations, for becoming multi-year donors, for giving your time, for giving in kind. And thank you, Fanasia, for becoming the mouthpiece for HungerMitao.
Our mission, friends, is HungerMitao. And HungerMitao is as much about eradicating hunger as it is about unifying the fragmented efforts of our community and focusing it on the humanitarian cause of hunger. Let us come together as the entire Indian American community and show how we engage in any place we call home. We are smart, compassionate change agents who give where we live so our community benefits from our presence.
Until next week, friends, remember, we may never be able to eradicate hunger, but let us ensure no one goes hungry.
HungerMitao.
HungerMitao.
चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले जहां हम भी न हो आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। हाँ चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले, जहाँ गम भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। एक ऐसे गगन के तले। सूरज की पहली किरण से आशा का सवेरा जागे। सूरज की पहली किरण से आशा का सवेरा जागे। चंदा की किरण से ढलकर घनघोर अंधेरा भागे। चंदा की किरण से ढलकर घनघोर अंधेरा भागे। कभी धूप खिले कभी छाँव मिले, लंबी सी डगर न खले। जहाँ हम भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। एक ऐसे गगन के तले। जहाँ दूर नजर दौड़ाए, आजाद गगन लहराए लहराए। जहाँ दूर नजर दौड़ाए, आजाद गगन लहराए। जहाँ रंग बिरंगे पंछी आशा का संदेशा लाए। जहाँ रंग बिरंगे पंछी आशा का संदेशा लाए। सपनों में कली हंसती हो कली, जहाँ शाम सुहानी ढले। जहाँ हम भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। एक ऐसे गगन के तले। सपनों के ऐसे जहां में, जहाँ प्यार ही प्यार खिला हो, हम जाके वहाँ खो जाएं। शिकवा न कोई गिला हो, कहीं बैर न हो, कोई गैर न हो, सब मिल के यूं चलते चले। जहाँ हम भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। आ चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले, जहाँ हम भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले। एक ऐसे गगन के तले, एक ऐसे गगन के तले। सूरज की पहली किरण से आशा का सवेरा जागे। चंदा की किरण से ढलकर घनघोर अंधेरा भागे। कभी धूप खिले कभी छाँव मिले, लंबी सी डगर न खले। जहाँ हम भी न हो, आंसू भी न हो, बस प्यार ही प्यार पले।